A very good afternoon to all the delegates present here today. I would like to start my remarks by welcoming the proposed end-of-the-life policy of our government. As discussed in earlier sessions, the technology and systems presently in use for processing of ELVs in India is lacking an organized system and technological advancement. Though we have heard the same things many times earlier, but still I will take a few minutes to read them again. There is a strong need for a scientific processing method which would benefit the Indian automobile recycling by generating millions of tons of scrap, saving excessive fuel usage and improving the health and safety of workers. The economy will also benefit from the reduced need for scrap import, resulting in significant foreign exchange savings, increased sales of new advanced automobiles, and most importantly, minimizing environmental pollution. According to government's estimate, around 30 million vehicles are ready to be recycled in India and another 2.5 to 3 millions added every subsequent year. Apart from making available good quality melting scrap for the secondary steel producing industry, this provides huge economic and employment opportunity to scrap recyclers, collectors of old vehicles, transporters, resellers of used parts, and to manufacturers of machines like us for scrap processing, car flattening, and other machines. Presently, the auto recycling industry in India is in a very nascent stage. Unless we assess where we stand today, we cannot reach our destination of implementing the best practices in processing ELVs. Currently in India, the management of ELVs is essentially left to an informal and unregulated sector which uses highly inefficient ways of resource recovery and mostly involve unsafe working conditions, putting human life and environment at stake. Today, vehicles are dismantled and cut by hand using chisel and hammer and gas cutters. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to completely dismantle and cut one car. After this, the car body components, including lights, glasses, seats, wires, and tires, are either sold off as scrap or are sold for reuse. Similarly, the metal components are either sold for reuse or are baled and then sold. The time has arrived for all active players in the industry, including the regulatory bodies, to adapt and adopt the systems, technology, processes that are prevalent in the advanced countries. The end-of-life vehicle process typically involves 3 major stages, which maximizes the amount of material that can be reused. These are pre-treatment, dismantling, and recycling. Pre-treatment basically involves removing all hazardous parts and fluids like petrol, diesel, engine oil, etc. Dismantling includes segregating and collecting the recyclables and reusable components, including engines, tires, and other parts. The structure typically is crushed using a car flattener. This helps in ease of handling and transportation of scrap to the recycling facility. And final, recycling, which can be done using car balers, box shears, or auto shredders. It is not necessary that when we say ELV, it is only auto shredding. I will suggest, and I agree with the High Court, that there can be other possibilities also for processing or recycling auto scrap. And I said there are 3 ways: balers, complete car balers, box shears for cutting a car into small pieces, and then you can have an auto shredder. My company, Advanced Hydrotech Private Limited, based in Delhi, is one of the oldest and largest manufacturers of scrap processing machines, serving over 8,000 clients in about 70 countries. We make small as well as big balers, box shears, and shredders with productivity up to 8 to 10 tons per hour. After a successful installation and commissioning of our box shear in Saudi Arabia, we are recently installing one in Chennai. To continue our endeavor in providing complete, suitable, time and place relevant, cost-efficient solutions, we have aptly modified the specifications of our machines, fulfilling the need of Indian scrap and Indian customer, which is very important, which High Court also said, machines should be bought place relevant and time relevant. Whatever suits to India does not mean will suit to Western whatever suits to Western countries does not mean it will suit to Indian conditions. We also undertake setting up of complete scrap recycling yards, including optimization of the plant capacity. Recently, we have taken up a project overseas for setting up a scrap processing yard, mechanized, of 2.5 lakh tons per annum, and provide suitable inputs to optimize the plant capacity. What I am trying to say here is that there are many ways of auto recycling, as I said earlier. Depending on the quantity available and the size of auto recycling business one wants to go in, he can choose in an appropriate solution. For example, after dismantling and pre-treatment, a car baler can process on an average 5 to 10 cars per hour, while a box shear can process up to 10 to 20 cars per hour. More than 20 cars per hour, then of course, we require a shredder which can go up to 300 cars per hour. And if it is installed with a segregating equipment, it can segregate all the major components, leaving behind a minimum quantity of ASR, which can be disposed of as per the rule of the law, rule of the land. I would like to introduce my associate and collaborator, Mr. Scott Newell III of Newell Recycling Equipment, who is present here, luckily today, erstwhile known as the Shredding Company, whose family has been engaged in manufacturing scrap shredders since 75 years, based in Texas, America. The company proudly boasts of the fact that almost every shredder being built in the world today has adopted most, if not all, of the design features that were first used in Newell shredders. It is not only important to auto shred, but also the benefits of auto shredding passes on to furnaces also, melting furnaces also. Just to understand the efficacy of shredded scrap, a study was conducted in Ecuador, wherein a Newell shredder of 4,000 horsepower was installed in an electric arc furnace. The results proved beyond doubt that the efficiency of the furnace and the optimization of the melting capacity was dramatically improved by using cleaner, sized and densified scrap. By increasing the percentage of good quality shredded scrap in the scrap mix, the energy consumption was reduced by 100 units per ton. Tap to tap time was reduced by more than 27 minutes. Productivity was increased by 80% and the slag percent was reduced by over 10%. In my concluding remarks, I would like to emphasize on the fact that scrap processing is the only route to achieve optimum melting capacity